Hello and welcome back to another VOD review. We are going to be looking at the Houston Outlaws taking on the Florida Mayhem. So Houston Outlaws, a team that started hot, but maybe they're not. You know, it's one of those things that is kind of up in the air at this point for the Houston Outlaws. They do have a very close match here against the Florida Mayhem. They're looking good. They have good pieces, but the big question for them is the Doomfist going to work long term? They're putting Dante on the Doomfist. He's probably the best Doomfist we've seen in the league thus far, but this most recent weekend, we saw more teams finding solutions of how to deal with it. The Houston Outlaws got 3-1 by the San Francisco Shock 2 days before this, and they felt like they gave a clear way of how you beat the Doomfist. Play the Tracer, you play the Winston, and you just like punished the Doomfist whenever he goes in. If you have a very good flex support, you just sleep the Doomfist on cooldown, and it makes it really hard for the Doomfist to do anything. I think we see that a lot in this upcoming match. On the other hand, for the Florida Mayhem, they're looking quite good. A lot of people had low expectations of them. We knew that the Scrimbucks exchange was going to bode well for them and that the Florida Mayhem are actually looking a lot better than people expected. And that's cool to see. And I think they show some pretty consistent performances. They seem to know what they're doing, except for that time that they played Roadhog on Watchpoint Gibraltar. And they're sort of playing to their strengths. We get to see some touch the spawn. Oh, wait, is this the match where they touch the spawn? I don't think it is. That was a different match, right? But yeah, Florida Mayhem looking pretty solid on the back of someone on the main tank. So let's just get into this VOD review. It's a map 5 banger. I don't know what happened here with Merit. I don't know why Merit is just like fading away into nothingness while everyone else is also not as very well lighted here as well. It's this one? Oh, okay, sweet. On the back of who? Guys, chat, I'm gonna lose it. Florida versus Houston VOD review. Doesn't feel so good. He's 70% of passive. That's what it feels like, right? Merit is the most cracked part of the same. Merit's very good. I think Merit is a very, very good hit scan. I actually think Pelican's been kind of underperforming in other than his opening match where against the Dallas Fuel. I feel like Pelican hasn't been playing to the caliber that I like to put him on and the pedestal that I like to put him on. So I hope to get to see more from him. I'm pretty sure Pelican wins player of the match of this one. Maybe I just wasn't paying enough attention to Pelican, but I feel like I just haven't noticed him as much. Objection? We'll see. Hey, maybe I'm just wrong. We'll see if we get to the end of this VOD and I feel like Pelican didn't play that well. Iris's hair is so dense. It's a very interesting observation. I've never looked at someone. Iris's hair. He does have good density in hair. Very thick hair. Kind of same as Lastro. Lastro and Iris actually have a very similar hairstyle. Pelican had good impact with his copies. Okay. Oh, it's Iris as well. Yeah, sorry. I need to get into the mindset that it's Iris and it's not Iris. Full context. We reached out when Iris first joined the league in 2020. We messaged him and we were like, "Hey, people say you want to be called Iris. Your name spells out Iris, but you have numbers and stuff on there. How would you like to be pronounced?" And he goes, "I would like to be Iris." Okay? And we're like, "Okay, Iris it is. We're happy to do that." And then we go into 2021 and he goes, "I want to be called Iris." So, okay, 2021, you want to be called Iris? We'll call you or Iris. And then we called it Iris. And everything was fine. He was like, "I want to change my name now. I want to be called Iris." And now we get into 2022. And then he's like, "I want to be called Iris. This is your last chance. This is it. Otherwise, it's going to be like a battle net. And you're going to have to pay $20. You're going to have to pay me $20 to call you Iris. You want to go back, Iris. So you're locked in." I didn't realize there were 2 changes. Yeah, because as I said, we reached out in 2020 when he first joined. And he was like, "Yeah, no, I want to be Iris." Iris, the Anna enjoyer.
I don't think they've won a single push map thus far. And Houston Outlaws, yeah, like we said, Pelican loves to play the Echo, has played the
next year it'll be Wirus. Can't we just go back to LR15? I miss LR15.
rolling out with a Sombra of all things. This is going to be great for trying to show.
All right, so this pretty much sums up how this match is played. I think Florida Mayhem have shown a heavy amount of flexibility in terms of the way the compositions they like to play. They played the Sombra, they played the Winston. I don't think we've seen any Doomfist from someone. I think we've seen a little bit of Ryan. But Florida Mayhem are pretty much the only team to pick up the Sombra, which is interestingly enough, because Sombra, I think in this match, Checkmate plays 24 minutes of Sombra. Unless it was the other match combined as well. And that time of 24 minutes was about 70% of the entire league average time played of Sombra. So Checkmate is the first person to bring it out in a big way. It feels like there's a very obvious strategy from the Florida Mayhem. Checkmate plays Sombra. As soon as Dante tries to go in, they hack him and then they punish him. That seems to be the way that you deal with the Doomfist, is you just wait for him to go and then you kill him because he doesn't do anything from range. So Florida Mayhem play a very passive game here on the back of the Sombra, just trying to charge up the EMP, trying to get these individual hacks. And I feel like Pelican really struggles to get any value in this metagame as well, right? Like, he's only at 40% ult charge. He's unable to get that value from that mid-range, especially against the Xayah. Dude, everyone is 1 health in this room. Dante does so much damage. It's actually crazy how much damage Dante does in this fight, and I think he's still gonna die. Yeah. That was a good engage for the Houston Outlaws. They just... Focus fire was a little off. Once again, like, as I said, Pelican only at 60% damage in this fight so far. Did Iris use a nano already? And Iris also didn't get a nano. Iris got, like, no nano charge, which is interesting as well from that fight. So Pelican and Iris, not really doing a whole lot in that first fight. Good nade by Sir Marjed, getting onto Iris. Good beats. I don't know if Florida Mayhem needed their beat, but Houston Outlaws definitely needed theirs. EMP. Okay, wait, can we clear this up? Because I'm still a little unsure. When the Sombra EMPs, was it 40% damage increase? Only is when Sombra shoots at people, right? It's not like a Discord orb where everyone has 40% damage increase. It's only Sombra that has the 40% damage increase? Because I didn't realize that when they first announced it. I thought everyone had 40%. I'm like, wow, that's really good. But I found out recently, and this is one of the reasons that I think people overrate how good Sombra is that the 40% is only for the Sombra damage. And it's with her EMP as well. Yeah, EMP is only 40% damage increase for Sombra. So that's why I don't really like Sombra's ults and her hacks anymore. That is a great grab by someone to just open it up. Nano onto Dante to try and keep that up. Ooh, that was an enormous nade by Iris. Good copy by Pelican as well. Gets the grab. Yeah, that was a nice play by Pelican. The ultimate also does 40% of total HP. Yeah, so obviously the thing, I just don't think it's good enough. I just think Sombra's in a weird spot where her hacks, it's too hard to punish the people that you hack, because every time you hack someone, they just run away or they force you to back, right? So then it feels like you're not getting the value out of the hacks, and no one else can follow up on the value of your hacks. There we go right there. That's how they want to play it. Checkmate hacks Dante up. Dante gets bodied, and that's it. But Hydra goes down to Merit. But, like, I think Florida's biggest issue right now is they're playing so reactionary that it feels like they're just never in control. Like, the bot is never pushing aggressively for them. Because I don't think this is, like... This has been pretty back and forth in my eyes. Houston's won more fights, but I feel like Florida just aren't aggressive enough and they're not winning enough fights with control. A flank by Merit. I don't know if I like that by Merit. I feel like once he had their attention, he should have run. Blaster gets 2, though. 94 health. Yeah, that was a little greedy by Dante. I think someone is a good shout for Rookie of the Year at this point. I think Dante's the Rookie of the Year candidate right now.
He'd be a little bit more reserved, maybe use that ultimate to go back to Iris and gain some healing as well as deliver the last few points.
If Florida have a very good season on the back of someone, I could totally see it happening. I meant someone. Did I say Dante? I meant someone. My brain just is fried, apparently. Sorry. That is a hot take. I think someone can be a good Rookie of the Year candidate. Way up for that one. Dante gets rolled again. And I feel like Dante, oh, another great grab by someone. Merritt and Pelican are doing a good job of killing the backline. A lot of these flex supports could be rookie of the year. Yeah, absolutely. If flex support remains to be this impactful throughout the entirety of the season, absolutely. We could see more of these flex supports winning rookie of the year. Because that's how Jonak won it in 2018, right? Is that like Zenyatta had such a high, everyone was playing it so much and it had such a high skill ceiling and it had so much playmaking potential that's why Jonak won it. Like in previous years, in more recent years, where it's been more about Baptiste or like people just like spam healing up the rest of your team, it's hard to have that impact on your Baptiste and your Moiras consistently compared to like a Zenya and an Ana. Oh my god, Pelican is murdering. And like, so you see the difference here between Florida and Outlaws? Like Outlaws have already got the bot so far forward by the time that they win the team fight, that they get more positioning with it compared to Florida. Iris has been the best flex support so far? Hell no. Iris has been good, but Finn has been better than Iris, for sure. What is this Iris simping right now? Like, Iris has definitely been good, and he's definitely been one of the better flex supports, but the best? Nah. Florida gets another fight win. Someone is like deadlifting right now, it feels like. I think Iris has been better. Damn, oh yeah. I've seen Iris has been good, but I don't think outside of that, like in that first match against Dallas, he was bonkers. But I feel like I haven't noticed him as much as some other flex supports, like Finn especially. Iris can't be the best, he's a BAP 1 trigger. Anyone who thought he was just going to be a BAP 1 trigger is obviously stupid. Obviously, we weren't 100% sure what to expect from him. Oh, that's an unfortunate miss. Coming up in this most recent season, someone grab again. Dude, someone's grabs have been really good. I guess it's hard to fuck up the grab against the composition that they're playing, but some people have found a way.
And now Outlaws are just dying on the bot to buy time for reinforcements, to reestablish themselves on the high ground. Florida need to keep up this momentum though, because there's only 17 seconds.
Iris charges these grabs like no one's business. Yeah, and I actually really like the Zarya against the Doomfist. I think the Zarya against the Doomfist, like I think if you just play the Zarya Reaper Tracer against the Doomfist comps, I think you just win. Like just straight up win. Oh, that was a good sleep. Good sleep by Iris. Pelican gets checkmate. So much head goes down. Damn, good play. And this is my problem with Colosseo. Like this push where you have to push it under the bridge, I think is incredibly imbalanced for the defending team. Like the defending team is just at such a massive advantage if that's where they want to take the fight, because you'll have to push it under the low ground. So I feel like you gotta like not fight there. You gotta try and get the bot pushed and not have that fight there. Is Sombra not as effective against Doom? I just don't think Sombra's very good right now. I think her hacks only really help her, and I think she doesn't do enough consistent damage, and she has so much downtime that I don't think she gets enough out of it. Yeah, like, replace Sombra with Tracer. Like, sorry, even with the Tracer nerfs, I think Tracer is just better than Sombra. Alright, I want to talk about this. I think it's really funny that Houston Outlaws, now that Jake is a full-time coach, Houston Outlaws are the only team in the league that now puts the coaches in their videos and stuff like that. So now it's just Jake and Junkbuck. Am I the only person who's caught on to that? Of like, they're the only people that put coaches in all of their content now? It's never happened before in the history of ever. I actually don't mind it. Like, I like that the coaches are getting some focus on them, but I think it's funny that the Houston Outlaws are the only ones that do it, and it's because Jake is now a full-time coach. I mean, they didn't put Ho Chi Lee. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's not actually there for the shoot, but...
Wobble, wobble, motherfucker.
Madam Aurora, thank you very much for the 5 months. I was going to tell a time travel joke, but you guys didn't like it. Oh my god. Ho Chi Lee was not there. And there's also a lot of a lot of like data analysts or people who are just like analysts, that kind of stuff, they work remote because they're not 100% needed in person.
Piggy did indeed win their map against
All right, so we got the Piggy in. Piggy, I didn't like Piggy Zaya on my first watch through. Piggy Zaya did not impress me, but let's see what we got here.
Will we see something like a Sigma here on Route 66, or is Piggy?
I think it's funny because Junkbuck has been there for so long, and now they do it for Jake, and that's what I think's funny about it as well. It's like they've never done it. No one has ever highlighted coaches before in the past, but now they're finally doing it. Like, I just think it's funny, but it makes sense. Like, Jake's so marketable. He's a big asset to the Houston Outlaws. Like, I don't have a problem with it. It's just funny.
It's like kind of half there, just like Piggy was kind of half there during the cams, but also kind of half there when it comes to appearances for the Houston Outlaws. It's been
At that point, just put Dante on Zaya. I just think they need to show more flexibility. I'm curious to see what the Houston Outlaws and the Atlanta Reign obviously have Gator on the side that they can put in. I'm curious to see what the Houston Outlaws are going to do, because I feel like a part of me thinks that throughout the entirety of the kickoff clash, they're just going to commit to the Doomfist and Piggy Zaya.
we'll see.
But I'm a little worried that they're just going to get found out. And the fact that they haven't shown any willingness to play Winston worries me.
Kind of wondering if Dante or not.
Lastro is a top 5 Lucio. I don't agree with that. I think Lastro's been fine, but he's been good from time to time, but I don't think I would say he's top 5. It's been hard to really see him play it that much.
You know what?
In London.
We'll pass on the Ryan here.
Hawk Zaya look good, yeah.
Go Winston.
Hawk's a great player. I think Doomfist is not good. I think the read was wrong on the Doomfist. I think it worked well at first, but people are starting to work it out. And then if they've committed so much to the Doomfist play,
But mostly against the Pelican Echo and Dante Doomfist. I think
maybe they just don't like Winston. I don't think I've ever seen they have a Winston player, so why not something you're good on, right? Yeah, but like as I said, I don't have a problem. They obviously, I don't think they don't think it's good. I think they don't believe it's good for them, right? Because they don't have a Winston player. But they need to find another solution to the problem, because from what we're seeing here, right, they almost lose to the Florida Mayhem in this series. Houston Outlaws are trying to be a top team. They already lost to the San Francisco Shock and got exposed pretty hard trying to play the Doomfist compositions. If they are trying to be competitive with the top end, the Dallas Fuels, the San Francisco Shocks, the LA Gladiators, if they want to be competitive with those teams, they're going to need to have more versatility in their wheelhouse, because they're not going to win the kickoff clash or be competitive in the kickoff clash with what they're currently doing. And they have the talent. I think they have the players and the talent to be able to compete with that, just not the versatility.
He's already checking mini pack side, which is hoarded away.
Kaluj also isn't a Wisdom player, and yeah, and that's it, right? Like, okay, Kaluj, was Kaluj an off tank or a main tank heading into this league? Because I'm starting to doubt everything that I thought. Because I tried to look it up, and I thought he was an off tank, and then it said he had Winston on his Liquipedia profile, and then I was like, did he play Winston before this? But I think they've just updated it on Liquipedia. Yeah, off tank. So, but Kaluj's Winston's been really good. So like, and that's it. Like, I'm not saying Piggy can't do it. I would like to see Piggy learn to do it, because I think there are these teams that are right now, they're not investing the resources and the time to be able to make these players be more flexible. Because as the league progresses in this season, I think the teams that have a tank player who can play everything are going to succeed the most. And investing resources early in those players, I think, is going to be more important than playing like Boston Uprising, where you have 3 different players playing 3 different tanks and 3 different strategies and 3 different styles. Like, having the consistency of one tank being able to play everything, even if it's not great right now, invest in a talented player. Like, Piggy's a talented player and can probably learn Winston. He just needs to put the time into it, right?
Only time we saw him play Tracer was against the Titans, and they smashed them, so that made him look really good. And Pelican has barely played any Genji.
Yeah, I remember in NA10 in particular, players ask to go outside of their normal boundaries. Yeah.
Piggy at half.
He played a lot of Sig, etc. Yeah, okay. So he was like a Diva Sig, which is good. Like, you know, like, I think Winston is one of the big ones. I asked about it yesterday of like, what is Kaluj's worst hero? And apparently he's self-expressed that Wrecking Ball is the tank that he doesn't feels the least comfortable on. Not surprising, as a non-main tank not being able to play that hero. But I think the flex DPS, flex tank heroes are harder to learn sometimes, like, or at least that you need to have more impact on those heroes. So it'll be interesting. And right now, Wrecking Ball's not a good hero, so I think it'll be fine for him. But
Fundamental forces of the universe. Gravity always
What about Dallas with Fearless and Charm? I like Fearless and Harbin. Like, I like both of those tank players. I think they have the flexibility. But as I said, at some point, you're going to want to have one tank player. And I think maybe less so this season. But moving into Overwatch 2, when the game is fully released going to next season, I think you're going to be looking for more tanks that just can play everything. And if you are a tank player right now who is looking to improve and looking to make yourself known, being able to play every tank is going to be very important for your role, because we're not going back to 6v6. We're not going back to multiple tank players. You're going to want to be able to play everything. How do you think Kaluj will handle the Xayah? Well, if he's an off-tank player, he should know how to play Xayah, right? Harbin to the moon, and that's it. Like, Harbin's a player who should be learning Winston as well. His Winston looked good in that Ilios matchup, so... All right, Florida get the stop on the second point. This is like one of the most important stops that you can get. Also, I haven't watched, like, I don't really remember anything that's happened in the match so far. So I'm sorry, I went on a rant.
Getting out of there with their life, and Florida Mayhem finding all of the little nitty-gritty openings that they needed in order to exploit the holes in the Houston Outlaws composition.
After the Dallas pod yesterday, Houston just isn't as clean on the Xayah Reaper. I don't think anyone is as clean on the Xayah Reaper as Dallas. Like, Dallas is playing it way better than everyone else. Piggy's Xayah, I think, gets a little... Oh, wow. Great sleep by Iris. I think Piggy ends up in, like, no man's land a lot of times, I find. Like, and he just gets himself isolated. And his bubble usage wasn't as good. And that's what's wrong with Nanoblade right there, right? Like, you just committed 2 big ultimates to that fight and got nothing out of it. Like, that's such a big waste. Like, if you're gonna Nanoblade, you need to at least get 2. Good beat by Lastro, potentially being able to pull him across the line. Oh, dude, I remember this. Piggy just chases them. He's just chasing out to the back line, and the back line's just running away. Piggy's like, no, come back. Piggy gets 2 eventually, but... Piggy came into the league and people thought he was a Xayah one trick. So interesting, Xayah may have been weak. I think the new Xayah plays very differently because it feels like a very different style of how it should be played. You're kind of playing in that middle ground, and it's all about your bubble timings. Like, I think your bubble usage is one of the most crucial things of your Xayah play. Positioning and bubble usage, I think, are the 2 big things. And that's what Harbin does so well. It's not about just getting full charge and walking at the opposition, right? Obviously, it's a nice thing to get to, but... Oh, Piggy, C9? Yeah. Like, that's another one where it's like he's trying to, like, C9, and he ends up in no man's land. And, like, that... So he kind of didn't do anything in that fight. And then I think he loses his energy here, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. Harbin's just a demon. And that's it, right? Like, we're comparing everyone to Harbin, who I would say is probably the best Xayah tank player we've seen in Overwatch 2 thus far. So... It's on a high pedestal, and Piggy is by no means bad at Xayah. You know, he's not Vestola Xayah levels, but he's good. Another great sleep by Iris. Okay, I might have been wrong about Iris. Maybe I forgot how much impact he had on this match. Another stray shot, yeah, you know, like, well, it's the way it is. Like, I think Vestola's a great player. I really like the way Vestola plays a lot of heroes, and maybe that's not his true performance of how he is on Xayah. Wow, great hold by Florida. Maybe that's not a true test of his thing, but the Xayah play was really poor in that match.
It's by no means unwinnable, Lemon, but Houston Outlaws have a little bit of anti-clutch there. I think
Animo is still good from previous seasons. I think Animo has improved a lot. I've been liking how Animo's been playing. I think he's been doing a good job of protecting Sermaged, getting a good amount of impact. Like, I don't think Animo's the best Lucio in the league, or main support in the league, but I think he's solid. Like, I think he's been playing well. He hasn't been a liability like I think he has been in the past. Me too, I've always read that. Fuck you. People give him a hard time, but yeah, Gray's always believed in him. Players falling off the most in OW? No, I don't really like to answer that question. It's hard to say. Didn't Dante used to play Xayah during Goats? Do you think he'd probably reliably... Well, I think that goes back to what we're saying, is that I don't think Xayah plays at all like Xayah plays in Goats. I think she's a very different hero. When you were playing Zarya and Goats, it was all about getting an off angle, getting energy, and then just like beaming down the opposition. And your bubbles were used, like you just bubbled your main tank. Like the bubble usage wasn't really thought about as much in Goats. I think Zarya's played completely differently now.
Taking over those Reaper duties, because of course it's far too important to make sure.
It's Masa. Masa is definitely struggling the most this season. He's been a great player. He's a phenomenal player that I rated very highly, but he's definitely been struggling this season as well. Is Picky too far forward?
This is a very interesting position from
No, I guess not. His team's got his support.
doesn't have any mobility options as a tank, so if Piggy wants to leave, he's going to have to do it in advance.
Getting the impression Houston are trying to find a role for Pelican because he tried to
I think he's good though. He's just, yeah, I think that's can be said for a lot of the Vancouver Titans players. I think they're all trying to do too much and none of them are trusting each other to do anything together. Oh my God. Iris, stop it. You're making me look bad when I say you weren't playing that well.
yet. The bio hits high ground. They're chilling right now. Houston can kind of gather energy and play off that tempo that Piggy's going to provide. The dive starts from someone.
Merit. They kept Merit alive. We play last. How many final blows does Lastro have in this series so far? He has a lot.
So the real key here, Lemon, is cooldown counting for the Florida Mayhem. They need to keep track of Piggy's bubbles, and when they're both gone, then you need to hit the ante on the immobile tank.
I still think he's good enough. Yeah,
While Piggy
absolutely.
finds a bubble, he cleanses himself. Iris counter nades to give Piggy additional healing received, and Piggy can just stand tall against.
Hot take, Churong is third on my Rookie of the Year pairing. I think Churong's been good, but I don't think he's Rookie of the Year right now. And I don't think a main support's going to get Rookie of the Year. Like, I don't think you can see, we're not able to see enough main support impact right now, which is the biggest problem with main supports. I think it's too hard to quantify their impact most of the time. In general, how people say how good a main support is generally how many final blows they get. No, they woke him up. Somebody is trolling. Generally, how people recognize the impact of a main support is they look at the final blows. But in general, final blows that you get on Lucio are generally your last hitting things, right? Like when Funny Astro got like a 4K on Lucio, it's like you look at it, he does like 50 damage. Like maybe he does like a lot of damage to one person, and like I'm not discrediting the play, but like it's hard to really know how much they're getting done.
Almost ready to go, and Animo's not quite prepared to answer it just yet.
And this has been a long hold for the defense. Florida less than 2 minutes.
Okay, Hydron visor. It's just not a good visor because they weren't in position. Like, I think with the visor, you really need to catch them off guard. Like, I don't think you can engage with the visor. If they're like holding a corner and you just nano visor and sprint at them, sure, but he can't just turn the corner like that and expect everyone to just like see him. So kind of a bad ultimate by Hydron there.
But as the cards fall, you have the 4 versus 4. Someone's taking the space with the primal rage. They've secured the top right, and Houston Outlaws gotta hope that.
Probably is not Rookie of the Year. He's only been a lead on Tracer. I'm sorry. Finn is number 1. That's a hot take. That is a hot take, Fake Fresh. I think Proper's been the best on everything that he's played. Didn't he? They showed a stat card for Genji. I think it was Genji when Proper played Genji, and he's number 1 in every single stat on Genji. So I don't think your point stands up. I respect the hot take. And I don't think you're completely wrong by saying that Finn could be a Rookie of the Year over Proper thus far. But I don't think you can say Proper hasn't been very good. Finale is worth a shout? Nah, I don't like Finale as much. I think his Trace has been, like, on that point, I think Finale's Trace has been good, but I haven't liked Finale's Genji that much. I don't like that grab by Piggy. Are they gonna hold off of that though? Oh well, okay, well it worked. Houston committed everything to hold on to that fight though.
And they called the bluff for Florida Mayhem. Checkmate sure is gonna have a duplication here, but Piggy's returned on the Diva. Will the self-destruct be enough if Checkmate can even generate them? But it will at least give some cover over to
Ryan definitely. I think Ryan has been playing well. I don't think Rookie of the Year level well.
Thought he had to come back quickly, and he's given a ton of ult charge, and Checkmate copies it. Now the dive tank from Overwatch 1.
Alright, so Florida just run at them with their ultimates and they get them. Nice play. You know who has been playing well, actually, like, sticking relevant to this game? Checkmate. I think Checkmate's been good. I've liked his Tracer. I think his Genji's had moments. His Echo's solid. Like, Checkmate's impressed me this year. Obviously, the only thing we saw from him was Reinhardt, and I was a little skeptical when I saw that they retained Checkmate for the Florida Mayhem, but I think he's been good. I think he's been solid. Sadly, not a rookie. Yeah, he's not a rookie, but like, he's been good. I think Piggy switching to D.Va, yeah. I think these tank players have got to stop switching to D.Va. I don't know what it is about D.Va that is really bad right now, but I don't think anyone has had any success playing D.Va right now, right? Can you guys name a team that played D.Va in Overwatch 2 in AL and it went well? I remember Atlanta switching to it on Dorado and getting rolled. I don't think D.Va does enough of anything. I think she just gets caught in the mid-range of like she just takes too much damage from Soldier and everything and then can't get in the face. Well, what do we have here? That Dante Doomfist is a feed, I think, guys. We don't tell him, but I think he's throwing the game. Oh, hey Dante, how's it going?
And with Pelican using the Death Blossom as well, Lemon, does Pelican swap to something a little bit faster, a little bit more assassination power? No.
But seriously, Dante, your Doomfist is the best in the league. Okay, here's my armchair analyst. Okay, Dante, I've fixed the Houston Outlaws. Here we go. I'm gonna talk from a distance with no context and no understanding of how to play Overwatch 2. Your Doomfist is the best in the league. I think it is. Your tank is very good, but Tracers are fucking you up, and it's a problem. Be careful. Hey, what's up, Hydron? And see you in here as well.
Could find people moving through chokes for easy sticks.
Don't listen to this guy.
Florida already set up in the top right. I'm loving this, but Piggy and Merritt are
Push frauds, yeah, you gotta do it. The compliment sandwich. But I love you and I miss you. Yeah, sorry, now it's a sandwich. Just ban Tracer. Yo, I can't wait for hero pools for Tracer to get banned. Let's just bring back hero pools. Good beat by Animo. Good beat by Lastro. I don't think it's enough though. They are like literally having a problem. Hydron is just straight shooting from the high ground. Oh god, Merita. Oh yeah, Piggy is in a bad. Ooh, I don't know about going in the room. Is it good enough? Oh god. They should be okay. Merritt's just in a good spot. Piggy with 2% more, we win this. Oh yeah, he just got grabbed. Oh yeah, he died at 98. Damn, that actually would have been such a good grab because you would have got the Tracer, the Winston, and they already traded for Hydron. Yeah, you definitely would have won this. Actually trolled. Can't believe Piggy confirmed thrower. It's the 1%, they matter. That was actually such a close fight. How did Pelican die? Early on. Did Pelican die early on in the fight? Yeah, Pelican just gets caught. I don't know if he had rate there, but... Damn, okay. 1-1. We got a game on our hands. Yo, Shady Kid, thank you for the gifted sub to Dante. Much love. Alright, thank you for the gifted sub to Hydron. Much love, y'all. Tiny Shady, thank you for fit 2 months. Only fit 2 months? I swear I've been here longer, dude. Fit 2 months is still a long time. Dante says what? Who beats? What is happening in chat? Dante, what are we talking about here? Jake Coaching is watching Custa streams for sure. What? Who baits? Yo mama? Question mark? Yo mama? Do you have the key? The key to unlock ranked? Dude, if that key exists, we need to get it.
By using their bubble in conjunction with things like a tactical visor that has no other real vigor increasing utility behind it, like a nano boost Lemon. and someone is doing a really good job of both mitigating Houston Outlaws' potential counterplay, as well as generating some safety and space for their DPS in tandem. I think that someone's going to be able to make a very good video out of that.
Dante being back
I love both of these teams. They're just fucking vibe. As long as we don't get a sex big dick round 2, we'll be right.
phase, very narrow streets, tons of options for flanks. Now we have some snipers showing their faces.
All right, what do we got? We got the Dante Doomfist in here. Let's be super critical of the Dante Doomfist because he's here. I don't know if I like the Echo versus the Tracer Soldier Winston. I feel like, I don't know if it's just my brain saying it's hard. I just find most people like just struggle to get anything done. I guess unless you're Pelican. Holy fuck. How did Dante just kill 2 in the room? It's just an empowered punch into the room. Okay. Go back 10, but who gave you the power punch? Oh, because you got the power punch off the rip? How did you get, who shot it? It had to be, did Hydron shoot a rocket? Was that you, Hydron? That's weird, that's crazy. That's crazy, it could have been anyone on the Florida Mayhem. It could have been. Damn, dude. Don't worry, the power punch won't lead to anything important. Don't worry, it's just one power punch. There's no way it causes anything to go wrong. Oh, Hydron's down. Alright, we'll move along, we'll move along. Always shoot the red. Dude, I swear that's gonna be the worst thing in ranked. When you were playing against the Doomfist, because people already do this shit in the quick play Overwatch 2. People just shoot the Doomfist block for no reason. The Doomfist is full health, just standing in front, and then you just see like your team just like shooting into it, and then you as a support get power punched into fucking Narnia, and you're like, cool, that was great.
At least this does mean that Florida Mayhem can try and control the archway here, which is a very potent.
Don't worry, the checkmate gave it to me on our defense. Oh, okay, okay. So share the love, share the love. Iris goes down. Oh, good sleep. Alright, Dante, quick question while you're here. Do you think Doomfist is fine? Do you think Power Block should be able to eat sleeps? Or do you think that would just make him straight up broken? Because I feel like Doomfist just gets hard countered by Ana right now. Because he can't stop the sleep, almost in any capacity. But I don't know if that's just the way it should be. Doom fine 100%? Alright. I think if you give his Power Block, like, CC, like, block CC, I think it might just be flat broken. And it's just the best support in the game right now, yeah. I don't know how they do it without not changing, because they don't. I don't want them to change Ana. Ana feels super fucking fun. I think you just make the other supports better. Just buff all the supports. Non-biased as a support player. I think we should just buff all the supports. We should give Mercy a rocket launcher. Yeah, it's more skill to the hero because you got to think about dodging sleep. Yeah, and I also don't mind when you have heroes that are counters to other heroes, right? Like, I don't, like, if other supports were better, and, like, let's say Baptiste was really good as the flex support, and then the team plays other team plays Doom, so then you have to play Ana, or, like, Ana is a really good way to be self-sustainable against the Doomfist. I like that interaction, right? But it just kind of, I guess, feels bad because Doomfist, Ana's a must-pick anyway, so Doomfist just kind of feels bad. Hydron down. What happened to their visor? Yo, we'll go back. Let's have a look.
To try and intercept Merit on their marauding warpath.
Merit's also on that top hallway. Checkmate wants to zone him off. The tactical visor hits the ground.
I didn't see a visor. I don't know what you're talking about. Comedian. Okay, let's catch some Dante throws, okay? Let's see what Dante does wrong, all right? I got you under the microscope now.
Counter beat against the visor, but I think that's a very good.
Wait, pause. Okay. Merit is the best soldier in the league. I don't know. He's been good. Yeah, please watch Li Jiang, Christ Almighty. Oh, yeah, we'll go with that. Wait, what am I paused for? Or are we just making sure you don't throw?
In terms of only having to invest.
Oh, you were just... Oh, yeah, you good. Sorry, I thought you were going to say something. Don't do that. Oh, no, we're doing it.
Set up Hydron on, rather, set up Merit on the high ground. So
I think the problem with saying so that someone is the best soldier is I feel like soldier, like, it's definitely difficult, but I think it's hard to see the difference between the thing. Up. Damn, where'd the Doomfist go? That was crazy. Well, I guess you capped for that, so it's fine. Team captain, so I don't want to use all. I remember having that thought. I'm like, Dante just turbo fed when I was watching it live, and then I was like, I guess they got the cap. Good thinking, Dante. Oh, nice. Time to run someone. Oh, not bad. Oh. Force Primal and Pulse. Wow. This Doomfist is so good. So talented and handsome. It's crazy. Nano Pulse. Damn, alright. Swap Doom. Plus not good. What? Hey, Dante. Who wants to go watch the why are we watching this game? Why don't we watch the San Francisco Shock match? How about we go and look at San Francisco Shock match and then talk about the Doomfist a little bit, Dante. Cause I don't know. I could have sworn I saw Proper take a big old dookie on some plays. How about we don't? Brutal. Yeah, don't. Alright, yeah. Let's we'll go back to we'll be nice to everyone again. Let's go back to being nice. It's Lightning Bro. Thank you for the 2 months. Yo. Oh, is this the game with the Animo troll? Dude, this might be actually I forgot about this. This was obviously he got slowed by the Doomfist, but this was a problem. That was a problem. Sorry, we might be being a little rough there, but I feel so bad, but it's funny. It's just one of those things because the Doomfist slow. I think he assumed he could go normal speed, and then the Doomfist slow. Oh, Pelican got a little greedy there. Oh. Have you found So Much Jettas? They were one of the new pickups from EU. Twice as charm. Yeah, no, I think So Much Jet's been really good. I don't. If you watched the EU contenders, people were excited about him. We knew he was going to be a good player, but I think a lot of people just don't know about him. So I think he's been great on the Ana. Absolutely, one a solid player. I don't think he's he's not putting up like Finn levels of performance, but well, I don't know how I feel about that copy. I guess the copy was to save himself. Someone goes down. Oh, nice kill. So Much Jet is so dead though, yeah. Dude, Pelican is pounding. Why did I think Pelican didn't play well in this match? Maybe I'm thinking of the San Francisco Shock match. Oh my god, that's so much damage. Clean. Pelican lives in Pound Town, yeah. I don't know, maybe what I don't like about the Echo from what I've seen thus far, I feel like Echo, if you have the space and your team is winning, pounds, right? Because you can get the space, you can play aggressive, you have that control. I feel like as soon as you lose control and you can't just like dive bomb the opposition, I feel like it just feels like you're feeding. It's kind of the same thing with Genji, right? Like Genji is very feast or famine in the same context, and that's why I like the Tracer more. I think the Tracer is just overall more consistent. Maybe King's Row is pretty good for Echo because of the height, but I feel like you don't need to dive bomb people with Echo. I feel like you just get, if you just like shoot from the mid range, you just get absolutely no effectiveness in comparison to like a soldier or something like that, right? Obviously they're playing Echo Soldier, but I don't know.
Now when Florida overextended, on the point C defense, then Houston were able to not only win that fight, but farm about 3 time bank, final blows, and you're seeing that translate in Houston's play. Now
Trace self-sufficient? Yeah, exactly right. Alright, let's see what Florida does here. Just Blade to force ults, yep. Well, honestly, like, I feel like if you can get one with Blade and then get out, that's a win. Oh my god. He just got murdered. And then Dante says no.
I understand Florida wanting to go on the flank. They have flankers out.
That was a good timing by the Outlaws. Oh, Merritt dying there, actually. I guess he has sprint, so he shouldn't be too bad, but... Who gave the power punch? Not it. I was like, it wasn't me that time. I'm chilling. The checkmate. Dude, man, I want to get the replay viewer back so bad. I might try and follow up a little bit harder and see if we can get it back. It's so hard to watch from the YouTube sometimes. Oh, Dante's in Frowny Town. Ooh. Relay reveal, but just lock proper view, yeah. Damn, Dante, good play. He didn't want to use power block, you know? Just wanted to go back to the respawn and get health back. Teams have the replay view? Yeah. And I'm like, I feel like I would be able to get access to it, but I don't know if I'd be able to stream it if I could. So I want to get to a point where I could stream the replay viewer. Dante sleeping? Oh no, dude. Well, that's a problem.
Florida dropped the ball. Oh, Florida once again getting too aggressive, counting their chickens before they hatch them. And this is the same thing that happened when Florida Mayhem started spawn camping Houston Outlaws on second.
Alright. Lay launch break? Hell yeah. Alright. Do you nano the Echo here or you nano the Doom? I feel like Houston like to nano the Doom usually. I guess you don't want to nano the Echo because she might copy. Dude, someone gets his primal force in Narnia? Surely Dante has to use the... Oh my god. Nano Visor. Dude, Nano Visor is so stupid. It's so stupid. Hey, easy 5k for your boy. I feel like if they had Nano Dante there, that might have been better. Because Dante forced primal, and then if he gets nanoed, he gets the health back and can go. Nano Lasher has a good track record. There's been a lot of Boostios okay. There's been a lot of Boostios so far this season. It's been 2 weeks on road, so tired of seeing Soldier 76 every match. I'm going to be curious to see what the nerfs do to Soldier if he's just not going to be played as much or at all. But I guess we won't know until the next tournament cycle. Both beats. I think I like the Doomfist better than the Winston on this map. Just because it's so choke heavy. It feels like someone just can't go anywhere without just getting booty bopped. Like someone's really struggling to do anything. Well, be plus. Alright, no ults for anybody. How many weeks left in Soldier? How many? Like, we got 2 or 3 more weeks of this tournament cycle? That was such a big nade by Sir Majed. Holy shit. I'm looking forward to the bio nade changes as well. I feel like Anna's nade right now just has so much impact, and it's just so hard to mitigate like it used to be. Will the new supports buff be this week? As far as I'm aware, the kickoff clash will be played on this patch the entire time. It is not going to be changed. They was changed. The duration of purple is now 3 seconds instead of 4 seconds. I don't know if it's for the healing one as well, but it guaranteed for the purple, which is I think is a really good change because it feels stupid long sometimes. Oh, that is a good Doom ult. Oh, never mind. He's feeding. It's for both. Okay, there you go. Nanovisor round 2.
Big difference. Mary uses his. He immediately shot down. Hydron charges
Oh, wow. Good play by Dante.
and he falls. Pelican hoses down the competition, only to join them in the shadow realm.
Clean, though. Hydron just better.
Yeah, it's Hydro in the kill feed with a nano visor, but someone's bubble really made
Will you be at the Kickoff Clash tournament? No, I will not.
easy, cutting off Merit and ensuring that the gunfight was in
I'm just excited for APAC. I just want to see what APAC are playing.
Merit's down.
Like, that's what I want to see. I just want to see what the meta is in APAC, because I genuinely have no idea. Like, in the past, like, coming into this season, like, we were able to catch some NA scrims here and there, but it feels like we're kind of in the dark right now. I could totally see them playing, like, Zaya everywhere.
The nano is given to Dante.
You're not going to Dallas? No, I'm not going to be in Dallas.
Could be aggro. He
Why not? Tasmo, if you want to pay for me to go and tell them that the league can go, I absolutely would love to go to Dallas. I fucking loved the Dallas homestand back in 2019. But they won't send me. Trust me, I'm asking. I'm like, can we go to all these tournaments? And they're like, no. And I'm like, but they're like, we have a truck at home. And the truck's in fucking Irvine. I think we should be I wish we could like wheel the truck, you know? It has wheels for a reason. Why can't we just wheel it to Dallas? Drive the truck? Dude, I want to. But apparently that's not a good idea. Jeez. Road trip. Dude, that would be such good content. Can you imagine if just me, Danny, Johnny, and Sawyer just hanging out in the truck, road tripping to Dallas? Man, we gotta do it. We gotta start a petition or some shit.
Primal rages, but when you're going up against a Reaper, your priorities change and survival
The watch point Weinberger, dude, we could just get super drunk in the truck.
presence on the battlefield, so someone might use this
And then just drink our sorrows away and all the way there, and then we get there, and then we just do the desk. It literally wouldn't be different at all than doing it at Irvine. I think that's why they don't like to do it.
great. And this is the window to engage if you're Florida. Someone dives in. He's
Good beat by Lastro.
rage. Sees
Good counter beat.
with the sound bear read
Florida almost have their win condition, which is the nanovisor. Oh, well, that was a turbo feed by Lastro.
was the first.
Getting a little too spicy.
Being separated away from each other. Iris is still alive. A lot more healing for the Houston Outlaws, but Iris was getting pumped.
Hydron and someone to win.
Travel rage. We're left
Up rolled.
with 2 versus 2.
Someone diff?
Chilled everyone.
3K Primal is literally a science diff.
Drinking and driving. Custa told me it was okay. Nah, Zoe can drive because she's pregnant.
Outlaws have made him incredibly
She did it to herself, you know. It's not my fault. I don't make the rules.
time for counseling. There's only time for retribution by violence, but now we're looking towards that edge that Houston Outlaws gained themselves by having 19 extra seconds. If this is capped in overtime, there's no second chance.
Nano tactical visor though.
Oh my god. Dude, Pelican is just murdering these poor supports. Dude, if Animo doesn't die here, they 100% cap. Like, 100%. The problem is they have no healing anymore. So therefore, they're just like sitting on half health. Dude, this was so... Dante! Why did you do that to him?
Not even gonna risk it.
Oh, that's a path
I fucked up hard too, really? Oh god.
falling off the map at the worst possible time. So much
Literally, Animo felt bad for you. Oh, we got a super punch.
fly, and they're going
Dante diff?
away, but they simply don't have the utility.
Oh, that would have been sick. Except, you feared. Oh, no. Oh, no. Dante, question mark? I feel like that's the best one we've got so far in terms of Dante, question mark.
They only have Otto
I got boop second one. Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm sure you did.
from everyone, including Iris, who is still kicking. He's over on mini pack.
Still hold, still hold.
Outlaws clumped together and beat down Florida and stop them from capping as Houston Outlaws will go to series point.
A return to all reliable Lemon during our halftime. Houston were forced to ask
Peli tank different? Yeah, you know, it doesn't matter if Dante trolls. Pelican can be the new tank.
versus
Let's move it forward. Also, let's see it. Because they show it. Do you guys miss what happened to Animo when he fell off the map? This is what happened. It's really Dante's fault. So, because I think the slow lingers for a little bit. I don't know if he knew the gap was here, but I'm pretty sure if he wasn't slowed, he would have made the jump. But, like, look how short that jump is. It's like the smallest fucking hop. Oh, God.
Dante made
Oh, that feels bad. It was such a feels bad. And, like, if Animo lives there, he can heal up Pelican. He can heal up, I think it was Checkmate from the Echo.
Middle map control.
That was a feels bad.
Protect Merit with the Reaper. They're gonna be deadly close range.
Alright, same shit, different map. They're gonna play Checkmate on the Sombra. Dante, how do you feel about Sombra versus Doomfist? Do you think it's good? I just don't think Sombra's good. Like, the hack is just not enough. And, like, the duration doesn't last long enough that I feel like you can just run away. Sombra just a dog shit hero. Yeah, that's how I feel about it as well. I feel like she just doesn't do anything. Oh, Dante's feeding. Oh. So hard to win. I feel like Sombra just has too much downtime. Like, yeah, obviously it's great to hack people, but I feel like you're better off just playing any other DPS here. It's good versus Doom, but you don't do anything outside of hacking Doom. Yeah, you just gotta hack Doom on cooldown, right? And EMP isn't really good, yeah. Like, I feel like the EMP, the duration of the hack, like, I think if they increase the duration of the hack for the EMP and not just the neutral hack, it'd be fine. Like, if it did 3 seconds of hack, I feel like all of a sudden EMP is good again, right? Like, just like 3 seconds, give it a big team fight play. But I feel like the way it is right now, like the damage, with how much healing exists in Overwatch and the fact that they can just heal it up, like, it would be fine. But it just, I don't know. Her EMP just does 40% of their maximum health as damage, right? Or like 40% of their remaining health as damage. Like, that's great. But then like Lucio just amps after they get unhacked, and then all of a sudden that's gone. 5-5 just too fast. Yeah, like if you have to recall, it's like the worst thing. Oh, checkmate's doing damn though. Oh. I'm curious, yeah, and I'm doing that as well. I'm kind of curious to see if APAC doesn't run Sombra, that's when you know she's a dog shit hero, right? If APAC isn't willing to touch her, that's when you know it's over. So it'll be curious.
Because you can hack from stealth and take away Dante's power block, meaning that he's going to be taking a lot more damage when he believes he's in a safe area.
Alright, let's see this EMP. Let's see if maybe Checkmate knows something we don't. Oh, alright, just nanos Dante. Like, and that's the like. Oh. Dude, Hydron is just murdering people with the nanovisors. Bruh. I'm curious to see what the... I didn't really play much Soldier with the headshot visor changes, and my brain just doesn't think to aim when I use the visor. I just don't think it's very good, right? Oh, very aggressive EMP. That was actually a pretty solid. I like it. Damn, yeah, they were not ready for that. Like, that was a good EMP. What's the point of the visor change if it is the exact... Oh, this is classic. Bye-bye, Pelican. We should see the replay of this one, but that's sleep under so much. No, Pelican just hits them with the lol. Lol. Rolled. We'll catch the sleep. There'll be a replay.
What a flawless round one from Florida Mayhem.
All right, that's one way to...
Someone and Hydra make me believe. Honestly, I like that whole team. Like, I like what they're doing. I like Goomba a lot as a head coach. I think that they got good things ahead.
And in the free frame of damage you can do to someone who's sleeping before you wake...
All right, do we get a clip of it? Here we go. Here's the sleep. So Pelican uses the copy, gets got.
Into the pond.
That's actually so tragic. That timing by Semi-Jeb was sick. Like, I don't know how many frames he had after that copy and when he would have actually been interactable to hit with a sleep.
But we still don't have a patch where people can swim. I'm angry.
I'm telling you, man, Florida's last year's Atlanta where they will punch up. I don't think people disrespected Atlanta in that way last year. I feel like they're definitely going to exceed everyone's expectations. The thing I like the most about Florida thus far is their flexibility, right? Like, it doesn't feel like they can only play the Winston. They play the Sombra comp. They play Zaya, they play Winston. I think we've seen them play Brawl, and at least I've seen them play Brawl, and it looks pretty solid, so I think they're a solid team. And they have Exy, right? Like, Exy's on the way as well, if that's necessary. So they have Checkmate, Hydra, and Exy. That's good DPS lineup to me. I don't think they're ever going to be able to beat, you know, like the top end teams, but I think they'll sit like firmly in like the A tier, you know what I mean?
Struggle with the tempo of Overwatch 2 because it's so much faster that Houston Outlaws can get on top of you. So you love to play from a
They just got to stop ruining the integrity of the game by cheating. Yeah, I know. My virgin eyeballs just couldn't believe what I was witnessing.
Just determine the positions of the Houston Outlaws.
Everything I thought I knew about Overwatch was just shattered in an instant. Did you just get another empowered punch? Nah. Dante, Doofus is just the dumbest tank. Look at him hold the door here. Just fucking jumping around like a fucking rabbit. Yeet.
The point. Dante has used some cooldowns. Someone has shown his face and got stunned up a little bit, especially if you charge.
So close to like 5 damage. Yeah, I thought you got the impact.
Has a lot more damage. Someone is scaling. This is like the anime redemption arc, and someone.
Oh, Merritt's feeling himself.
The nano given over to their tank.
I don't know if dude, Merritt and Pelican both flanked at the exact same time. Oh,
Pelican though.
I was gonna flame them, and then Pelican killed too. So I don't know how to feel about it anymore.
Florida out of DPS, not out of hope, as Houston have kept the point this
Yeah, I don't think you can have both of them flank at the exact same time. Poor fucking backline.
Tactical visor, where?
Oh, rolled.
Florida got capped again, and they have leftover ultimates after the fight.
Dante literally just getting slapped and hacked on cooldown. Feels bad.
Someone really flexing on, looking thick, tight.
Is Doofus Echo better than Winston Tracer? I like Winston Tracer personally better, but you know, obviously I think it's personal preference. Yeah, I'm sure Dante would say something different.
Dante, I don't think we'll be able to escape it with a meteor strike. Could
I think Winston Tracer is just more versatile. But I think there are maps and points that Doomfist is better.
a bubble onto checkmate is a little bit sus.
Watching games like this makes me believe in Echo. Yeah. Just gotta have an Echo player like Pelican, right? You're also bad at the game. That's also true. You gotta keep that in mind. Oh my god.
Gonna get punished. I mean, someone went back to point. Why was Survichet in the middle of the map? I guess the rest of the team was. The grab is thrown. Houston Outlaws caught.
They grab Iris.
Dante not using the meteor strike to keep
Okay.
involved or even get to a safe cover.
Alright, that's a good hold by Florida.
And the more fight
Was that beat by Houston Outlaws?
Florida Mayhem, that means
I think they beated the grab, right? To try and save Iris.
and again to keep being at higher DPS as the fights begin, and you can charge up your grab faster as you exploit the mortars in these chokes.
I like that Overwatch team seems to give our teams more space to try and play what they're comfortable with their flex and strengths. I don't know if that'll be consistent throughout the rest of the game. I think the game's just so unsolved that there is no right answer right now.
Pelican, and while
And I think people are just playing to whatever they think is good. But eventually you'll end up hitting a pretty... I think eventually at some point in this year we'll hit some hard metas where like you just have to play this or you'll lose.
the mob, Animo got stunned and killed by Dante as Hydron
Dude, Hydron just tried to ego the fuck out of Merritt. I'm coming for you.
That's
I think it depends on the game. I guess that's true as well. Like, if the developers can keep the balance very clear. Like, I think the balance is pretty good for the tanks right now with Sombra, Doom, and Winston.
Florida enemies as Houston Outlaws now get ready to defend what could be the last fight of this.
I don't know why people underrate Pelican right now. Like, cut him some slack. He's a bird playing the highest caliber of Overwatch. I think we just hold him to such a high standard, right? He's playing well this match. I think he struggled a little bit in the shock match, though.
But a bubble saves Animo. You have a crumb of healing left, while Houston have just little crumbs remaining of their entire team.
It's a bit of a proper diff on that one.
99% for Houston.
Okay, Florida get the hold.
To win one more fight, so to Houston to get this map.
Yeah, unfortunately for Lastro, it was Dai's small crumbs in this case. Dante with an early peak trying to build up that mega fist, but I don't think they've been fully charged. And remember, every time that power block is...
I think Ball is too strong in the newest patch. I'd have to see it to believe it. I haven't played Ball at all in Overwatch 2 and had it feel good.
Checkmate has hacked Dante, brought him to 50 HP, or 50% HP.
Yeah, Animo's just playing for the beat. Oh, God. Yeet. Dude, the punch is so obnoxious. Like, it's so obnoxiously far.
The sound barrier hits us in time.
Oh, Dante did.
Houston are wiped away, and Florida, once they finish this, have forced a game 5.
Florida, what a clutch from Animo. We saw that Dante got rid of a main source of healing.
Dude, is this the someone dance?
To Saudi Arabia by a punch that was powered by supernovas. Alas, Animo said, fine, I'll do it myself. And drops for sound barrier.
When the hog meta comes, someone will be waiting. He's already tried to force it on Gibraltar, yeah. Was it someone when I duoed with someone in like a month ago, 2 months ago, and he was like, look at season 25 and 26. He was like ranked 1 and 2 on Roadhog and Korean ladder. I think that must have been around the Washington playoff period, right? Where like Hog got like buffed into Narnia.
Quite the Sombra player.
It was like check top 500. I'm like, why?
Was incredible.
Just flexing his Roadhog skills on me.
EMP usage from Checkmate.
Hog one trick legend. All right, final map: Florida Mayhem versus Houston Outlaws.
This week in the last match of
All right, same shit, different map.
will be
Is Checkmate gonna play the Sombra again?
and the now. Piggy remains out. Dante. The fist is charged. and good to go. Florida Mayhem have decided
Forcing Hog on Korea takes balls. I don't think he was a one trick. I think that was back when like Hog was like super meta. In ranked.
See for now, it's the battle for statue control. Dante is already there. Merritt's gonna provide some support. Last stroke.
Remember the guy in like season 4 who got 5k on mostly Hog? He did get 5k. He was Evermore. He was on Kongdu Panthera, but that was back when you could like abuse the system by like 5 stacking and getting like 2 SR a win.
Access to the flanks if Florida get bot control. And now the statue battle continues. Florida just spraying down the lane. Merritt gets a little bit low, and you gotta be wary with these soldier right clicks. You can be bursted down so quickly as Dante shows his face at the window, immediately jumps out, trying to bait out some cooldowns. The biotic grenade from Surmajet is thrown into the face of Merritt. Dante now less worried, sees we can drag the sleep out of Surmajet as well.
Oh man, you're just trying to dodge the sleep so much, and then just gets hacked eventually and dies. That's a feels bad.
the choice of positioning there from Florida Mayhem to go within that little shot because it is so hard to dive with either a Winston or a Doomfist. The mechanics simply don't really allow
Yeah.
a great dive in that.
Okay, Florida gets first fight win. Almost have nanovisor.
Dante is on an academic arc right now, trying to learn how to play against Sombra in tandem with the counter dive style that Florida Mayhem are bringing out early in New Queen Street.
Don't you seem favorable to play it in this meta? I think it's good. It's just hard.
See the tracer come to
Oh wow, nice play. That was a good play by Checkmate.
using the visor, the hack ready.
I feel like Merritt was way too far forward though. That was a little ambitious by Merritt.
Position while invisible, and Florida can all engage at once. There's no repositioning on these.
Oh wow, good nade.
And Pelican keeps getting staggered from the team, so this is a great push for Florida.
Wait, did Merritt pop visor there as well? What the fuck?
What I love about life and Merritt to echo, even maybe seen on this map. Tracer come to life, and Merritt just
That was alpha. Okay, sure.
visible, and Florida can all engage at once. There's no repositioning that needs to happen, and Pelican keeps getting staggered from the team, so this is a great push for Florida.
Did you see someone block that nade onto Sir Marja with the pixel perfect shield?
People are really hopping on that push hate train. I think push is good. I'm curious to see how I feel when I play it on competitive a lot more, but I prefer it to 2CP. At least the game mode feels a little bit more fluid. I'd like to see the duration increase to about 10 minutes, so it feels like there's more back and forth. Because I feel like if one team gets too far ahead, it almost feels like you don't have enough time to catch back up.
Checkmate or anyone on the Florida, especially with
But it's better than 2CP, where there's just like chokes everywhere. You can get snowballed super hard from first point to second point, and ultimates are pretty much king. Like to finish the second point, you just need to have like a massive bank of ultimates to kill everyone.
This is one of the first
Like-
I've actually seen Pelican pick up a hero that a lot of us assumed was in their hero pool, and we have seen from time to time, but going up against Checkmate would be an interesting duel, which Checkmate simply isn't.
So Marjet or Finn? Finn, 100%.
EMP is
So Marjet's been good, but I think Finn's just been crazy.
Checkmate tried to
You know, they have been beating up on lesser teams, but you know, Finn's just had some crazy plays.
wake you feeling, and someone gonna wake everyone up with the primal rage, especially on the
Oh, nice primal.
off the map, and Ears needed to quickly
Ears just got rolled.
away from that primal. He should have expected that coming, but Hydron, the counter dive from Houston, was even
Beat
stronger,
EMP
claiming two
to try and save this fight from Florida. They need to win this fight now.
But it's Pelican who's chasing down the back line, and
Oh no.
appeal for himself.
Oh no, that's a really bad fight by Florida. They just lost a fight where they used EMP, beat, and primal.
Finn Sniper, he ain't.
That's probably the point. That is probably the fight that lost them this map.
The right-click challenge for the moment. Houston Outlaws.
But even then, like, I guess Houston didn't get that much positioning because they didn't want to overextend.
Press on the barricade is limited.
But now Houston just have so many ults to work with. Get down, Mr. President.
Tactical visor, and he's been positioning forward on the flank. Dante is hacked.
A lot of teams have started doing this. Florida Mayhem, we praise Florida Mayhem for doing this as well, where like holding this, if you hold this stairs, you can like play the like line of sights here, and you can hold the bot. I actually think this is a problem with the map design, because it feels kind of lame that a team can just sit here and block the bot from moving. And I think you're going to see a lot more teams do this as weeks progress.
It's kind of scary.
It was Glads, not, yeah, Glads did it. Florida, we praised Glads for doing it yesterday, that's right. That's another situation. Yeah, I don't like that visor by Merritt there.
The mobility helps Houston keep re-engaging, but now they can't run
That might have been a little too aggressive by Merit again with his visor. So Merit's visors have not been good so far in this map. It's so good on Doom to do that. You get that back to that fight. Yeah, and that's it, right? Like, I feel like as Doom, you can actually turbo in way more than you need to because you can just get back so fast. But also because people are going to try and get you out of that positioning, you should be able to get a power block charge pretty easily. Pelican, dude, that like, what is Pelican doing? Like, that seems like such a throw to like, he committed so, like, I understand why, like, he didn't want to give up this checkpoint. I don't know if they do end up giving this checkpoint. Like, I guess maybe it was worth. I guess maybe it's worth because they didn't get the checkpoint. But that was a gamble by Pelican. We definitely needed to stop it. Yeah, I guess, like, stopping it. But if you lost that fight, though, I think it would have been really bad because they would have... Because if you hadn't got the stop and then they capped it middle way through the fight and then you went on to lose that team fight because you played 4v5 because Pelican died, then they would have got extra progression on that checkpoint already and then it would have almost been insurmountable for you guys to come back. I don't know. Obviously works, so it makes it look good, but... Because it takes like 10 seconds, yeah, and that's the problem, right? Like, getting it past that checkpoint is the big thing, because generally people get to the checkpoint and then they get stuck. And then they lose that team fight because the checkpoint is just such a shit place to fight. Because the defensive team has the high ground, they have positioning, they can control the tempo of the fight. So I feel like this second, like, after you have the checkpoint, any progression you can get past then is gravy. But Tracy's just so good at stopping objective, like we didn't stop it. Yeah, like they would have had the checkpoint, right?
Pelican just contesting the cart, needs to run and couldn't. Picks him off, and if
OT fight would have been way different. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Like the snowballing effect of that, right?
Which means that Florida just continue objective griefing, honestly. They allow Florida...
Come back primal could fast port ults. Yeah. EMP isn't great. That could have been an enormous EMP. They do get the check. Yeah, as you said, like if they got this checkpoint, this fight right here would have been way worse because all of a sudden Florida would have been moving. But now, as you can see here, the bot is stopped. So instead of this fight being good for them as they slowly get progression in the checkpoint and Outlaws get caught in this corner, all of a sudden this is kind of like a null fight right now and Houston Outlaws can just spend this time prepping up. Oh, someone, yeah, so now someone dies, and now they're stuck. I think 57.18 meters is the spot. Yeah, so that's the checkpoint. So now all the Houston Outlaws have to do is hit the checkpoint, and they've at least drawn. And then they only need to win one more fight after that. Small nuances I never realized during watching. And this is like, people say they hate push, but they don't understand push. There's a lot of back and forth and a lot of things that teams are doing that people don't realize. They just think people are zug-zugging the bot and just running at them and not really thinking about the value of winning team fights. And you know, we know, oh wow, did he hit that sleep? I think so. Yo, MLS, thank you for the 14 months. Our VOD reviews are always worth the resub. Thanks for the 14 months of awesome Custa. Yo, thank you very much for the 14 months. Much love. Nasty sleep. Yeah, that was a sick sleep. Alright, so all of a sudden... Alright, so and this is the same reason why Florida's trying to stop it here. This was bad by Hydron. Hydron getting a little eager here, itchy with the trigger finger. They need this visor to win this next fight. By popping this visor, all of a sudden, Houston have a free beat. So now all of a sudden, Houston can just overwhelm with their things. They can literally just go in with beat, nano, and doom ult and just fucking win the fight. The visor was the only thing that was going to force them to look at somebody. I think he needed to because I think we just pushed Sombra off the cart. But I think... I don't know about that. Like... I think just obviously they probably would have got the checkpoint, and I guess you're right, they would have pushed the Sombra off cart, but I think playing for the draw here is probably better, because like you see, like, I don't even think how you use these ultimates were good here. Like, you literally just nanoed and beat, like, in, because you knew you could, and then Hydron gets caught with the Lucio. Yeah, and then it's really hard for them. I see what you mean. Yeah,
And
I think you go either way.
back in a second. We currently have a 50.
Custa charging for this coaching. Hey, it's always great to have insight. Because, like, you know, especially Houston Outlaws win. Especially because I don't, like, you learn so many things from scrims and playing and watching the highest level, and there's nuances that you don't really catch in matches at all times. So it's like there's so many things that I just am not aware of anymore, and I try and always catch up.
Yes, we have been down
No matter what, like, who even touches on their card, just their Lucio player? Yeah.
Environ, especially after the upset that
That's it. Like, once you're on the cap, all of a sudden they can't lie, because there's no way they're ever expecting to go all the way backwards, right?
from Florida Mayhem to arrest
I don't know, you might be right. I think it was just a tough position, right? Like, that was such a tough position for Florida to be in at that point.
Lemon. However, for Houston Outlaws fans, after what was an amazing start into
It was a good match. Like, honestly, it was a really good match. Like, I think there's some people who take this as, like, Houston Outlaws aren't that good. But I think, if anything, that was Florida Mayhem playing up to the Houston Outlaws rather than the Houston Outlaws playing down to the Florida Mayhem. At least where we put these guys right now. So that was a good win by Houston. I think Pelican had a much better match than I remembered him having. As I said, I think it might have been residual stuff from when I watched them play against the San Francisco Shock. But Pelican, a pretty good bird. Who would have thought on the Echo? The question still remains, you know, obviously Dante's here, and I'll say it again. Like, my question remains, how long can they get away with just playing Doomfist? Because I think Doomfist is good on certain points and certain maps, but it's just so telegraphed whenever Dante's in, they're going to have to play the Doomfist. And we saw teams like the San Francisco Shock already, you know, finding ways to deal with that, and people are just going to learn from that and grow on that. So I would like to see some more flexibility from the Houston Outlaws. Maybe get some Piggy Winston. I don't know if it's just bad. We obviously haven't seen it. But I'm a little worried. You don't remember my diva? Yeah. The Arc 6 diva? Oh, yeah, okay. Dante, pull out the diva. Yo, prove me wrong. But we'll see. We'll see. Houston's a great team. They have they have the talent to be able to compete with the top teams. I'm just a little worried about them. I feel like they've sort of put themselves in a corner a little bit with this Doomfist comp, but only time will really tell. Florida Mayhem looking good as ever when they don't cheat. They have flexibility. Someone's showing that on the back of great calling. I think they have a great team. It'll be interesting to see what their limit is, because I think they're sort of going back and forth for a lot of people, and we don't really know exactly where to place them. So I'm curious to see more of Florida Mayhem. But cheaters never win. The wise word. Cheaters never prosper. The wise words of Jake. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this VOD review. We'll be doing another one. The next one on the docket, I believe, is MYXL versus... What was the one we were going to do? It was MYXL versus Shock. Yeah, so we want to watch a Shock game. We want to talk about them. So New York Excelsior versus San Francisco Shock. We'll talk about both of those teams. So make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more VOD reviews. I'm going to be doing these throughout the entirety of the season. Much love, and I'll see you guys next time.